Down in the valley was a village. On the outskirts of the village stood a small, run-down cottage, and in the cottage lived a widow with her only son Jack. They were poor. This was clear to see from the ragged clothes on their back and the worn shoes on their feet. But as the story goes, they did possess one item of real value, a beautiful caramel-colored cow. Jack woke early every morning. He milked the cow, poured the milk into a jug, and set off to the dairy. The milk was only worth a few pennies, but Jack didn't mind. He happily accepted the pennies from the dairy farmer, bought a few potatoes from the market, and returned home. Jack did this every day. The milk from the cow was just enough to help Jack and his mother get by. One year, a terribly harsh winter hit the village. Great howling winds blew and the snow lay in huge drifts never before seen by the villagers. The following spring, the grass did not grow. Without grass, the cow had nothing to eat and soon became too weak to produce milk. "Mother," cried Jack, "I cannot get a single drop of milk from our dear cow this morning." "Alas," the widow replied, "I feared this day would come, and so it has. Jack, my dear boy, it is time to sell our precious cow. Take her to the market and auction her to the highest bidder." Jack looked sad. "But mother," he said, "without our daily milk from the cow, we will soon run out of money, and then what will we do?" "We will think of something, Jack," she replied. Jack set off down to the village with the cow. Before he reached the market, he came across a friendly butcher. The butcher wore a red outfit and carried a small green rosling bag. The butcher approached Jack. "What a fine cow you have there," he said, patting the cow firmly. "I'm selling her," replied Jack. "Are you indeed?" "Yes," said Jack. My mother told me to go to the market and only sell her to the highest bidder, for she is extremely valuable." "I can see that," replied the butcher. "That is why," he continued, "I am going to give you a once-in-a-lifetime offer, an offer worth no less than 1,000 times what you will receive from anyone else at the market." Jack looked up at the butcher in awe. "What is this offer?" asked Jack. "Magic beans," said the butcher, stepping forward and opening the little green pouch. Jack peered inside. "3 beans," he snorted. "3 magic beans," replied the butcher, "that will most certainly change you and your dear mother's life for the better." Jack reflected for a moment. 1,000 times more valuable, he thought to himself, and something that will help my mother. "Very well," said Jack. He exchanged the cow for the little pouch, containing the 3 magic beans, and returned home.
Jack told his mother of the butcher and the beans. "You've done what?" she bellowed. "But, Mother," said Jack, "the man said they were magic beans, and they would help us." Even Jack himself could not believe what he was saying. It sounded ridiculous. He began to sob. "Oh, Mother," he cried, "I'm so sorry. I can't believe what I have done. Can you forgive me?" "Go to your bed, Jack," she said. "You must think long and hard about what you have done." Then Jack turned upstairs to his bedroom and closed the door. He put the beans into hand and staring at them. "How stupid I am," he said to himself angrily. "I mean, look at them. 3 little beans in exchange for a whole cow. What was I thinking?" In a fit of rage, he threw the beans out the window, then fell into a deep sleep. When Jack awoke, it was morning. This particular morning was bright and sunny, which was strange because the sun did not steam through Jack's bedroom window as it usually did. His room remained dark. Jack ran to the window. A gigantic beanstalk high up into the sky. "They were magic beans," Jack said. Without a second thought, Jack jumped out of his bedroom window and onto the giant beanstalk. He began to climb, higher, higher, and higher. Suddenly came a shrill voice. "Jack, is that you?" it said. "Yes," said Jack. A tiny, beautiful fairy appeared and hovered in the air. "I've been waiting many years to see you, Jack," said the fairy, "as I have a very important secret to tell you." Jack looked surprised. "Do you know why your father died?" "Mother said he was sick." "Oh, my darling Jack," said the fairy, "your mother wanted to protect you. Your father was not sick. He was known across many kingdoms, for he owned the most rare and magnificent of all cultures, a golden hen that laid a golden egg every day." "How did he die?" he asked. The fairy rested her arm and pointed into the distance. "See that castle? Well, in that castle lives a giant, and it is a beastly giant that ate your father and stole his golden hen. You must avenge him, Jack, and take back what is rightly yours." But before Jack could reply, she vanished. Jack took a moment to gather himself, then set off towards the castle. And before long, the colossal structure towered before him. Jack had never seen a building so big. Astride the door, staring menacingly back at him, stood the statues of two gigantic stone lions. Jack took a deep breath. Then, without further ado, they lay flat on the ground and rolled under the front door.
Jack stood up and dusted himself down. He looked around slowly, trying to take in the enormity of his surroundings. Huge, intricately carved wooden doors lined the hallway in front of him, and a rug, the length of a dozen London busts, lay upon the cool stone floor. It was quite something to behold. All of a sudden, the ground began to tremble, followed by the sound of almighty footsteps. Suddenly, a door crashed open. The giant appeared momentarily, clenched the golden hand firmly in the palm of his hand. Without stopping, he marched forward and flung open the kitchen door. Jack dashed across the hallway and, making sure not to be seen, followed the giant into the kitchen. "Where's my dinner?" Below the giant. "It's coming, dear," said his wife. The giant sat down at the kitchen table and carefully placed the golden hand out in front of him. Jack quickly snuck behind a table leg. "Oh, I do wish you would not put that thing on the dinner table," said his wife, laying an enormous bowl of steaming stew in front of the giant. The giant glared at her. "That thing is my golden hen," boomed the giant, "and she is due to lay her daily golden egg at any moment." He stopped. Then, looking around very slowly, the giant raised his nose into the air, sniffed, and then hollered. "I smell the blood of an Englishman." "Don't be silly, dear," said his wife. "You have not eaten a human since the day you stole that wretched hen." "I can smell him," he roared. "Eat your dinners, dear," she replied calmly, "before it gets cold." The giant ate his stew, and then, without a moment's warning, his head hit the table and he fell into a deep sleep.
"This is my chance," thought Jack. He quickly shrimmed up the table leg, grabbed the tablecloths, and hauled himself up, then, hardly daring to breathe for the fear of waking the giant, he crept forward across the tabletop, carefully placed the golden hand under his arm, and made a beeline for the open window at the end of the table. "By Jove, I've done it," he thought. Then, to Jack's horror, came an almighty scream from the giant's wife. "Ah! A boy!" she cried. The giant awoke with a start, enraged by what he had heard. "Where?" he roared. "There!" screamed his wife, pointing at Jack, who was now sprinting at the top speed toward the window. "And he has your golden hand!" The giant made a lunge for Jack, but it was too late. Jack escaped through the window and made it back down the beanstalk to safety. Jack cut down the magical beanstalk, and neither the giant nor his wife were ever seen again. And true to the fairy's word, the hen laid one golden egg each day. Before long, Jack and his mother had enough money to buy a new cow, and I am pleased to say that from that day forward, they lived a long, happy, and prosperous life together. Thank you.